Merry Christmas, everybody, or Merry Christmas Eve from Jonas and Chip Walton. We are in the Christmas wonderland of Chop and Brew. We got us a bird up. Elsa made this place look festive and holly and jolly. She's got this awesome Merry Christmas. This woman don't play. We've even got, check that out, man, them turtles. Those turtles have stockings, boy. And then there's stockings over there. And then there's Charlie P. And a bunch of laundry. Elsa's going to love that. So, this is not just a tour of our holiday home. This is a quick Christmas greeting update. So, first, the Christmas greeting. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Whatever it is you celebrate, I hope you're doing it well and you're having a good time with friends and family. We're off for 4 days, which is awesome. The Northern Brewer gave us eve and day off, and we're going to have Bark in the Bite barbecue for lunch today and wrap some presents. So, what I wanted to update first and foremost, the 12 beers of Christmas. There's a slight delay. The day job, speaking of Northern Brewer, got pretty crazy this week. We're putting out an online course for beginning brewers, which ended up taking some like non-work hours to edit. That cut into my editing time for the beers of Christmas. So beers 10, 11, and 12, which are all black stack, and is going to be a hilarious trilogy because that was like a 3-hour Zoom session with Murph and Matt, and we got lit. We're homies, so it kind of like it went off the rails a lot. It's going to be a lot to edit. It's going to be a lot of fun, but that's to say they might not actually all come out till after Christmas, which if you're a purist, the 12 days of Christmas are actually the 12 days after Christmas, not leading up to, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I want to thank everybody who's been watching the 12 Beers of Christmas and giving some love. They've really been great interviews in my mind. And if nothing else, they've been just like a really fun time for hanging out. Like to recap real quick, Mark Stutrud, Summit, former boss, mentor, great dude. I could listen to that guy talk about the beginnings and current events of the craft beer game forever. Nico Tonks at Fair State. He's the brewer at a place that I just became kind of a member of, a co-op, and have been a fan of his beers forever. He just loves to nerd out, and when he can be available, it's always a good time. Dan Schwartz, Liftbridge. Woo! Haven't seen that dude in a hot minute. It was awesome to see him. Same thing with Bob. You know Bob. And Ben Smith at Surly, who I don't really know that well, but that was a really great interview. What'd that take us up to? Beers 6. What was 7 and 8? Tyler Oslan, our boy at Barrel Theory. I miss going to Barrel Theory like crazy. That used to be my spot, and it will be my spot once again. And then 9, Mike Williams from Great Lakes. I've never met this dude in my life, and we hit it off like soulmates, man. That was such a fun interview. We are definitely like souls, kindred souls, and we happen to have a mutual friend in Vaughn Stewart, former Northern Brewer. You guys have kind of seen him poking around some brewing TVs and Chop and Brews. We're actually going to do a tasting with a giant, like 40-pound box of beer that Vaughn did this weekend. Unrelated to Beers of Christmas, just with some of the crew guys. So yeah, right? That brings us up to 10, 11, 12. They'll be coming out. What else did I want to update the people on? Just upcoming projects real quick. We're going into dry January. I'm going to do dry January again. So that gives me about a week to drink. All kidding aside, it gives me a week to we got tasting notes on the nursing stouts I want to do with Elsa. There's some cider projects in the basement that I want to kind of be able to taste on and update people with. And then speaking of dry January, I'm really trying to go out of my way this year. Last year was just like a lot of personal updates, but this year I want to do some content around it. Maybe kombucha, homemade hop water, which Dono has an article about hop water coming out in the January BYO to promote. But I also have a local brewery, Fulton, potentially lined up to tell us about how they make their commercial version. So just kind of looking at food, looking at non-alcoholic beers, other fermentations, as much as time as it will allow with this little guy. I'm going to try to get into that kind of stuff. What else? There's a virtual brew day for Patreons. If you're not a Patreon supporter and you want to potentially do a virtual brew day with Bad Ass Bryon Adams and Leaf and Paul Illa, join up. I'll put the link below. Just do the $1 a month even, and you'll get access to this brew day. It's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be Brian's going to be on all day, and other people can come and go at their leisure. But if that's what you need to finally get on board with Patreon, so be it. That's the 27th. So Sunday, tastings already went over. We got to drink a lot of stuff to get it on video. I'm basically stockpiling stuff so that in January I can edit a bunch of stuff without having to do tastings or brewing or this, that. I am going to brew, though, hopefully in this next week or this next weekend to have beer for on the backside, on the other side of dry January, what I call not so fast February. What else? I think that's about it. One last thing. Hold on. I got to push my glasses up. That was funny. There's a show that came out in 2020 that I want everybody to go check out. It's called Shorelunch with Nate P. I'll link it below. This dude is a hoot, man. Half the show is like a fishing session somewhere, usually in the upper Midwest, but I think he's got plans to be all over the country. And then he cooks something. So it's very much in vein of Chop and Brew, but it's more like cast and chew. Cast and chew. Cast and chew with Nate P. Please go subscribe to this man's show and watch it. We also might be working on a collaboration with him where we brew something Shorelunch worthy on a homebrew scale. And then I think he's even got a pro brewer that might do like a pro-ammy thing. So you might hear more of that. But regardless, if we ever work with him, which I think we will, you should go check out his show because it's one of the best things to come out of 2020 besides this guy. All right. One last thing. If you're still even watching, we did a Yule log video for Northern Brewer that is super soothing and awesome. It's 25 minutes of a fireplace and a couple of home brews getting drank. I'm also going to link that below. So look for Nate P's link, the Yule log for Northern Brewer, and the Patreon link so that you can meet up with Bryon Adams. And if you join the Patreon in the next couple of days, remind me that you need that info. The post should be there once you're behind inside the gate. So, damn, my right arm is crazy sore and tired from holding this camera this whole time. So, for me and Jonas, Elsa upstairs catching up on some sleep, a bunch of laundry, and Charlie Peanut, chop for chop, brew for brew. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. More updates to come, y'all. Peace.